Hello, fabulous Aries. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of May 2016 General Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. This month, there is a strong financial focus taking place, but also workplace breakthroughs set to happen for you as well. Lots of cosmic support to create greater prosperity for yourself on the way to even bigger breakthroughs in other areas of life that are set to happen also this month, but in particular next month as well. So there's a connection taking place between what happens now and next month. And of course, I'll be here to talk about it then, but I am going to touch on a few things as we go along in this video scope. So first, in the early part of the month, we have a new moon happening. Now, this moon is speaking to a part of the sky for you that has to do with income. It has to do with money that you make based on the energy that you give, what it is that you're doing to earn that money. So this is about that relationship that we have with our employers, with the universe that says, I'm giving this, I place this much value on what I'm giving to the universe, and based on that, what returns as a result is reflected in. One way to understand money is that is how it's reflected in terms of the income that we attract into our life. So not only is this a new moon happening, which just on a very literal level, on a very surface level, has to do with new opportunities to earn money. That's great. But what we also have happening right around the same time is that Jupiter will be speaking with this new moon in supreme harmony and standing still in the sky, preparing to go direct, and does go direct within a couple of days of this new moon. So it is when a planet is standing still that it is at its most potent, pure energy. And it is when a planet is standing still that its energy is preparing to shift. Is it going to go retro, go inward, become more reflective, become more internalized? Or, as is the case now, is it going to start moving forward, going out into the world and making changes happen in our everyday experiences, and especially in terms of the opportunities that we're able to recognize and attract, which is the case with Jupiter. So Jupiter has been going through a slow move since last summer in a part of the sky for you that has to do with work, among other things. And I would encourage you to watch the Jupiter special again, because it is those very themes that are going to be amplified this month. And this really is sort of that final move forward of Jupiter in this particular part of the sky. Now Jupiter will move forward and march towards, in the very end of summer, will change signs. So it's going to be the best of what Jupiter is meant to bless you with that is going to show up now. And this new moon is going to help tremendously to make that happen. You add to that, Pluto is also communicating in supreme harmony as well. You put that together, there's lots of power, lots of purpose, and a real oomph to, and the transformative quality to, the changes and the opportunities that show up, that we pursue, and that we create for ourselves. So for you, this is going to be good news. Just again, very literal level. Good news with money. Good news with work. If you're looking for work or looking for more opportunities to make money, they are going to show up for you. You will find that the opportunities that come, you're able to not only make the most of them, but able to make the right impression at the right moment, to have it be something that is not only significant to your financial reality, but also has a deeper significance in terms of how it transforms you for the better, helps you to feel a sense of your own power and a sense of your own agency to move your life in a positive direction. So we have that blessing taking place, and at the same time, things moving forward in the workplace in particular. And so we should see things moving along in a direction that please you, certainly, but also have the real potential to create greater prosperity for you, make you feel richer than you were before. So all of that is happening early in the month. As we move later into the month, now this is where themes start repeating. And that is because normally when there is a full moon, we get one full moon per sign per year. That's sort of the normal way that things happen. But there are occasions when we will get two full moons back to back, 28 and a half days apart, back to back in the same sign, as is the case this year and as is the case right now. So it is going to be in the second part of the month when we have a full moon, that this particular full moon will happen at the very beginning of a certain part of your sky and will happen next month again at the very end of a certain area of life for you. And this very area of life has to do with matters of adventure, travel, immigrations, legal matters, political matters, yes, and also has to do with higher education. It has to do with earning credentials, figuring out what you need to do now so you can manifest bigger and better further down the road. It's having that vision for your life and having the confidence and knowing that you can cultivate the experience to allow you to realize that very vision. So it is nurturing a confidence and nurturing the desire, knowing that, believing that desire, that belief, that preparation will pay off in a big way. And so this is a process. When we have a full moon, it is about being honest with yourself first and foremost. And there is a measure of culmination. So new moons, new opportunities. Full moons, it is the culmination, it's the fruition, it's the fullness of what has been that finds us now. But with full moons, it's also about what we know has served its purpose. And we sort of admit what we've kind of known all along. We understand that this is a natural conclusion that needs to happen. But here's the thing, because there's two full moons in the same part of the sky, and because this full moon is happening at the very beginning of this part of the sky for you, it's like there's a conclusion, but it's not just a conclusion, right? It's also a beginning. There's a conclusion, there's an understanding, but we're working under a Mercury retrograde. So right around that time of the full moon, and really all this month, Mercury will either be in retro or just coming out of shadow. It will be early next month that Mercury will leave shadow and will officially be done with Mercury retrograde season for now. But what this means is that a lot of what arises now and a lot of what seems so clear is actually just a beginning. A lot of what seems like we're ready to let go, we're ready to bring closures, we have our answers, really is just the starting point. And the fullness of the answers we need, the fullness of the steps forward will reveal themselves 28 and a half days later or a month later once we get to the later part of June. Again, I'll be here to talk about it then. So all these areas of life are highlighted now. You do want to pay attention, as I said, any legal matters that might arise for conclusion, for culmination. It may seem like it's being concluded, but there may be some final details that need to be worked out next month. So just be aware of that. And this also has to do with, don't take any final answers where it comes to matters of your higher education, where it comes to matters of immigration, of citizenship. All of these are going to play an important role now, but will have further communications and resolutions next month. Of course, collectively, we should notice this as well. And I will talk about this in the weekly horoscopes as I do comment more on what collectively kind of issues that are going to arise. We're in very interesting times with an American election taking place. So all of this is going to factor into those larger issues. But for you personally, and in your individual journey, it's more about you and your process and understanding your world. It's about you and your process and understanding your political place in it. That's going to be part of it for you as well, as part of your unique and sacred journey. What I love about this month for you is that you are, in a sense, understanding that there are things that you can do to create more of whatever it is that you want. So whether that is more prosperity and opportunity in the workplace, that's there. Whether that is more in terms of experiences and adventures and success and understanding that there are things you can do now that will lead to greater success, there's that for you as well. And yet you know that this is a step. And the great thing is that in your heart and in your spirit, you know that this is a step in the right direction. Visit Amazon.com to learn about my book, Astrology, realized in English and Spanish, and shop my website, NadiyaShah.com, for exclusive The Universe is Wise and Loving merchandise and my signature jewelry line, Astro Fabulous Jewelry. Enjoy.